Hey, it's Steph. Thanks for watching today's video. I'm doing my update for the Pan Those Eyeshadows Project Pan. As you can see, I do not have any eyeshadow on, which means I will be creating a look at the end of this video, which means we are rolling in new shades. I was inspired to create a look at the end of each update by Abby. She will be linked down below. I think it is so fun when she creates new looks every update when she rolls in a new shade, just to see what kind of look she can create with all of the shades in her color story. So I thought it would be fun to challenge myself and do that every update as well, as long as I have a new shade to roll in. Before I get into my update, if you're not subscribed to my channel already and you like makeup and painting content, I hope you subscribe before you leave, and if you enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. The original creator of this project was Alexi. I will have her link down below as well, but everyone tweaks the rules to fit their painting style. So for me, I have 3 different ways that I can roll out a shadow. The first, of course, is to hit pan. That is the ultimate goal for me personally, but I also really just want to rotate through my eyeshadows. So if I haven't hit pan in 15 uses, I do have the option to roll it out. I might have a shade that I want to keep in longer than 15 uses, but I am able to roll it out if I want to. And then the third way is that if the shadow is in the project for 3 months and I have not hit pan or hit 15 uses yet. So I just want to keep this project interesting, keep it moving, set myself up for success. So those are my 3 rules. I also will not be rolling in a shade from a palette that I'm working on in any other projects. So currently I'm working on Project Level Up, and I'm also just started Throwback 30, and I rolled in quite a few eyeshadow palettes in that project as well. So hopefully today I won't be having to re-roll a ton, but we will just see when we get there. The first shade that I've been working on is from my Alter Ego Coastal palette. It is the shade Cocoa, and I've been working on this for 2 months. This is what it was looking like last update after 8 uses, and there's no wear at all. You can't even tell I was working on this, so I knew that I would be rolling this out after 15 uses, and I was able to hit that goal. I used it an additional 7 times for a total of 15, and this is what it's looking like now. Down in this bottom corner, I don't know if you can see anything, but at an angle you can kind of see some brush marks, finally. But I am rolling this out. I love this palette. I think it's gorgeous. I'm so glad that I have it in my life, but it is rolling out of this project. The next shade is from my Half Caked Pretty Precious palette. This was the shade Slow Burn, and I've been working on this for 2 months as well. This is what the shadow looked like after 5 uses, and I only use this as an eyeliner. It's a very, very crumbly shade. I mentioned last update that I got a lot of fallout from it just by using it as an eyeliner. And so I only used it 5 more times. And because I was using quite a precise eyeliner brush, I have actually hit pan on this after 10 uses. You can see I definitely focused in one spot. And honestly, every time that I used it, it crumbled. So there was a little bit of waste. I tried to use the pickup from the pan. But yeah, this was not my favorite shade. I'm very curious about like the other shadows in this palette, if they're as crumbly. I had only used the matte formula from Half Cake before this palette, so this was a new formula for me to try. And maybe if I had used it all over my lid, I wouldn't have had that problem, but because I was using such a precise brush, it kind of like fell apart on me. So I'm glad I'm not really working on the shadow anymore. But I might roll in another shade in the future. We'll see. The next shadow I rolled in last update, and it's from my Odin's Eye Flora Story palette. I was so excited when I rolled this in, and I'm working on the shade Orchid. This is what it was looking like last month when I rolled it in. I had no uses on it. I can't remember if I had swatched it before that photo, probably. So there might be a swatch from that, but I absolutely love this shade. Hopefully I'll be putting some pictures of how I was able to use it, but I did use it 9 times. And this is what it's looking like today. This is another shade that doesn't even look touched after using it. I can see a little bit of brush marks, but that's just wild to me. But I love this shadow. I really love the formula. I love the color. I'm just really happy to be working on it. I haven't touched any of the other shades in here because I'm working on a cool tone palette in my Level Up project. So I haven't been creative with it, which I don't know if I will be, but I'm really enjoying this shade and I'm happy that it's in for another month. Another shadow I've been working on, which actually, oh, I forgot to mention this before. 3 out of my 4 shades are randomly generated, but I hand select my 4th shade. And so the 4th shade that I hand selected last update was from my Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. I wanted to work on the shade Pearl, and this is what it was looking like last update when I rolled it in. This is just such a good like inner corner shade or a lid shade. Very versatile, and I used it 11 times. And after those 11 uses, I was able to hit pan. So hopefully you can see that. Now I have 3 pans in this palette, along with the empty like shade that matched my skin tone, so that was really easy to empty. But yeah, I'm not shocked that I hit pan because this was such a versatile shade, and I rolled it in because I knew I would be able to hit pan pretty quickly. And I already had a dip in this shadow, so I guess I'm not too surprised, but I'm rolling out 3 shades, which means I'm going to be working on 3 new shades, which is a little scary. It's basically resetting my color story. And I forgot to swatch all of these, so I will be right back with some swatches. Okay, here we go. So this is the shade Cocoa from the Coastal palette. This is Slow Burn from my Pretty Precious palette. This is Orchid from Flora Story palette. And this is Pearl from the Sultry palette. So all of these shades worked really well together. So yeah, it was just really easy color story, and I hope I get this lucky this time around. So let's go ahead and randomize 2 shades, and then I will hand select my 3rd shade because that Sultry palette was hand selected. I am going to go ahead and do a screen recording and put it on the screen. So I currently have 316 eyeshadows. That includes my singles. So I'm going to go to a random generator and do 1 through 316. I got shade 167, which is from, dun dun dun. Oh, it's from my Wild Nothing palette, my ColourPop Wild Nothing, and it is the shade Vagabond. So I don't know what that is called, or I don't know what that looks like, but I'm going to highlight this line item so I don't forget. The second random is 68, which is from my Bella Beauty Bar Smoky Glam, which I am working on in my Throwback 30. So I'm going to re-roll. I got 168. Did I just roll that? No, I 161. Okay, 168. Ooh, from a palette I haven't used yet. My ColourPop Twist of Slate, and that is the shade Carbon. Whatever that is. Let me find those shadows, and then I will pick my hand-selected shade, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. This is interesting. So the first shade that I rolled in was from my Wild Nothings palette. This is a really pretty, like, light palette for people with more fair skin tones. And I rolled in the shade Vagabond, which is this bottom shade in the corner. As you can see, this has no use on it. And ColourPop mattes are notorious for being hard to pan. On very few occasions, there are some more loosely pressed mattes. Hopefully this is one of them, but I have a feeling this is going to be a 15 use goal. Here I have it swatched with Orchid from my last color story, and then here is Vagabond. The other shade that I randomly selected was from ColourPop Twist of Slate, and this is a newer palette in my collection. I have not used it yet, so it's really exciting. And I rolled in the shade Carbon, which is this beautiful metallic gray, this one right here. And as you can see, it's untouched, like I said, but I'm so happy to be working on this shade. It's a gorgeous neutral. Hopefully I can hit pan on that one. We'll see. I'll probably use it on my lids a lot. But here it is, swatched out. It is really, really beautiful. Sorry, I know that's really awkward. I'm just trying to hide the full color story until I introduce my last shade, which was hand selected by me. And I really wanted to find a shade that would kind of neutralize that super warm shade from my Wild Nothings. And I actually had a really hard time with this. And I don't know if this is lame, but I'm gonna roll in another shade from my Sultry palette. I'm gonna roll in Slate, which is a matte. It is this gray right here. So as you can see, hopefully that gray will neutralize that super warm shade, and it will also go really well with that Carbon shade, and I think it'll go really well with the Orchid. So I'm thinking that will work out. And this shade, where are you? This shade already has a dip in it. I don't know if you can see. So I think I'll be able to hit pan, and it would be really awesome to have another pan in this palette. So I am gonna get into the look. I am wearing mascara. I don't know if you can tell, but I didn't want my eyes to look weird. But I'll probably add more mascara. I'm currently using the Essence Lash Princess, so after I put eyeshadow on, I'll probably add another coat. And then I did just bring a bunch of random brushes because I didn't know what kind of look I would want to create. And honestly, I don't know. I don't want to use, I don't want to do the purple on the bottom lash line like I did in the last video. Oh, geez. How am I going to, I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll try something. I'm gonna go in with Vagabond from Wild Nothing on a super fluffy brush. There's no mirror on this one. Okay, I'm just going to use the mirror in my Odin's Eye palette. And I'm just going to run this in my crease and poke myself in the eye. This is just a really easy shadow to use. Just a little more warm toned. I think you guys are probably sick of me saying that, because I do feel like I look fine in warm tones. I did actually recently do a virtual color analysis to give myself a little peace of mind. If you are interested in that, or in me making a video about my experience, or I can just talk about it like in a get ready with me, that would probably be a little more interesting, because I feel like I don't have a ton to say about it, but I do think the results are interesting. It's not what I expected. So yeah, I do think that color looks really nice and it blended out really beautifully. I'm going to use this Luxie 209 brush. Hello. This is like a dense shadow brush. Should I do a halo eye? Ooh, I'm gonna do a halo eye. So I'm gonna put this on the outer corner and the inner corner. I'm just gonna stamp it, kind of pack it on. And look how easily it blends. It's kind of like blending itself out. And I don't know if that's the shadow or the brush or a combination, but I really love this shadow. This brush might be a little too big for me to stick in my inner corner, but I might go in with a smaller brush to touch that up. But I'm doing the same thing on this eye. I've seen people leave it like this, where it's the dark colors on either end, but then I've also seen people connect them like in the crease. What do you guys do? I think there's kind of both ways are good, like whatever you want to do. I didn't bring enough brushes out. But I'm going to take this like little flat shader and go into Orchid again. I just realized I didn't show you that I did that, but you see it on my eyes. And I'm just gonna go in this inner corner, just pack on the color a little more. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't know if that's correct. And I'm gonna go back in with Vagabond and just kind of blend that into my crease a little more. I am no makeup expert. I think you guys know that by now. So I'm not gonna have a perfect blend. I'm not gonna work hours and hours on that. But I do think this looks pretty good. Next, I'm going to pop Carbon on the center, just with my finger, I think. So this one. So pretty. Ooh. Did you even see that? I'm so sad my wedding ring doesn't fit me right now. And I even got like a bigger, like a temporary ring. And that's too small for me now too. Being pregnant in the summer just has done a number on me, on my hands and my feet, when it comes to swelling, etc. I think this looks really pretty. Is this like super intense right there? What's going on? I can't tell. It looks really funny in the viewfinder. Okay, what am I gonna do with this gray? I think I'll just put the gray on my lower lash line. I guess I'll take this. This is like a fluffy but flat. Fluffy but flat kind of, and I'm gonna dip into Slate, and I'm gonna pinch it even smaller just so I don't get like raccoon eyes, and I'm just gonna put that on my lower lash line. And then just blend it. That works out. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, because I can't. And I think I might use this to blend out my crease a little more. Blend this shade out a little bit, because I feel like it's kind of stark. Did that help at all? I don't know. Like I said, I'm just playing around here. I had no plan. Obviously, these shadows were literally just selected for me. And I actually think this is a pretty look for like nighttime. I think I need to add more carbon just to the center. Oh, inner corner. What should I do for my inner corner? I feel like carbon is too dark for my inner corner. Yeah, the base is way too dark for my inner corner. I don't have anything. I'm just gonna pop Pearl. The shade I was just working on, I'm just gonna pop that in the inner corner. Why not? The awkward hand trying to get in the inner corner. Okay, now, like I said, I'm just gonna do another coat of mascara because I know I just got a bunch of shadow on my eyelashes. And I am recording another video after this, so I don't want to look weird. Hopefully you cannot hear my my neighbor's dogs barking. I live in a cul-de-sac and we get a lot of walkers. A lot of people walk in my neighborhood, and my neighbor's dogs love to bark at them. Okay, I am really happy with this look. Here's a reminder of my color story. Awkward. And this is the look that I came up with. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, and you enjoy makeup and panning content, I hope you subscribe before you leave. So I see you in my next video. Bye.